Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, Collective Detective. Shout out to everybody that is here with me on time. Okay, the time is a little after 1 a.m. where I am. Grand rising, grand evening, rich rising, wherever you are, and whenever time you get this replay. Okay, shout out to y'all. I don't see any mods in the chat yet, but that's quite all right. I'm just going to go ahead and hop straight into it. Okay. Straight into today's topic, because we don't want to be too long tonight. I know I don't. So I'm Lady Isis. For those that are new here, your favorite spiritual detective, bringing divine justice by decoding the matrix and exposing dark occult societies, their hidden symbols, and these spiritual crimes courts typically overlook. Everything I say is alleged. It's my opinion, my truth, and I will always speak my truth, whether you're inspired or offended. Okay? But energies never lie, right? Now, I don't pull up my chat because I can't even see my chat. Okay, so what was the date? This past Friday, I stumbled across a content creator by the name of, I believe it's Law with Tone, I believe. Okay, don't know much about him. However, I thought that it was something that we needed to discuss as a collective because we always investigate the investigations here and we question everything. And this has something to do with the Naziah Harris case. Well, not directly with the Naziah Harris case, but this is her brother, her sibling. Um, and I thought that since he's been in the light and he's spoken about his sister publicly, and he was supposed to have been aligning himself on the right path, being as though Marc D supposedly had helped him, get a job and things like that. It was supposed to be looking good for him in the near future. Okay. Hey, Angie, I see you in the chat. I'm doing well. How are you, love? I am doing well. So back to what I was saying, this particular content creator is where I seen it, this information, and it was actually on Friday. I believe that was the 25th ish. Yes, July 25th. And he basically was going into details about the actual charges that Harris is facing, and pretty much debunking the fact that, because I know it was a lot of word on the street that Tavarius was dealing with some unaliving case with his mother and unaliving her boyfriend. And I did see some videos on Facebook in regards to that. The man who unalived his daughter was speaking out and claiming that it was Tavarius that had done it, allegedly, took her father away from her and blah, blah, blah. I didn't really entertain it that much because when I looked into it, there was nothing there as far as him having a record with the state or on a 36th district court website. So when I stumbled across this content creator, I seen that, good morning, Carrie, Grand Rising. I seen that he pretty much debunked that narrative, that he was not locked up behind that particular situation. However, just recently, I believe July 22nd is when Tavarius was detained for an alleged, and I don't even want to say alleged because it is on the legal website, and we could pull that up too. Okay, the charges and what he's facing, which is what you see here on the thumbnail picture or the screen. And I am starting to feel like with Tavarius, which we know it's not too far-fetched that he's fallen into that generational curse. Like, he's fallen into that same path, you know, seemingly to want to get things the fast way, live a street life. Even when you go and look on his Instagram page, it seems as though Tavarius just really wants to live a street life and be a gangster. And thank you, Angie. I see you in the chat. And it's just unfortunate because I really wish that he had someone around him that could set him up to have gotten the mental help that he needed, and possibly helped him with his daughter, who I don't even believe is one. She may be one now. She may just be barely a little over 1 year old now. So, and so to the charges that I was able to pull up, because I didn't want to show anything in regards to this unless I could pull it up myself on a website, and I actually did go and do that. So I'm going to share those screenshots with you guys on the screen. And it's really a sad situation, being as though Tavarius is saying that Tavarius is running some type of drug house or involved with running a street pharmaceutical operation, allegedly, or something to that extent. And then I was also wondering, well, where did the child abuse to the 4th degree come in? I'm wondering if the baby was around that type of environment, being as though it seems like his baby mother has been known for being mentally unstable or suffering some type of way mentally. Because there was a time when they was looking for his baby mother by the name of Kanai Banks, I believe. Kanai Banks. Shortly after she gave birth. Well, I won't say right after she gave birth, because I think her baby was about 7 months or so. 6 or 7 months when she went missing. And then they found her, and that was like the end of it. You know, it was just the end. So it was like, where did she go? What happened? Like, did she just leave? And then I don't know. It was like Fox 2, I think it was on the article on Fox 2. They just deleted the article and said that she's been found and kind of took it down. Hey, the Coco G show. Yes. Carrie said, I absolutely love this podcast. Thank you, Carrie. Y'all call it a podcast. I just call it me, just me and me. And I just talk about things I like to talk about, but thank you. I don't know if I want to call it that though. So yeah, she just went missing, but she was found. Okay. Yeah, it is true. Say, I had hoped this story was true. Heard about it yesterday and thought it was a clickbait. Yeah. I just, like I said, the content creator that I seen posted, I trusted what he posted only because he had the receipts to show. And then I was able to go into the system and retrieve that same information myself. So that's when I said, okay, I'll talk about it now, you know, because people say a lot of things that aren't necessarily true or factual. So here is his charges here. It's probably small. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger. But that is it. And then you have the website there at the bottom. And it's just a sad situation. Like I said, it says that his bond is at 10,000. So hopefully he has somebody to put a stack down for him and get him out of there and, you know, assist him in getting some assistance, because it seems like he's doing whatever he can at this point to make money. And I could just imagine at the age of 18, 19, I believe he's probably about to turn 19. I believe his birthday is in October. And, you know, it just seems like he just headed towards a really, really bad path. And I really hate that for him. I do. Hey, Miss Sexy Ray. So if you guys can't see it, I'm gonna just read it because it's probably small on the screen. But basically, if you could see down like the third column where it says drug house. So it says 7/26/25 he was arraigned. Plea date 7/26/25. And then the second charge is the 4th degree child abuse. Now, there's another photo I got too. Hold on. Where is it? I can put it. Okay, this might be a little bigger. It looked like, okay, so you see where at the bottom it says bond set 10,000. Virtual hearing was held. Petition for court appointed attorney was filed. Okay, it says bond conditions, no contact with victim directly or indirectly. So the victim could be his daughter in this case. This is a sad situation. My bad, y'all. Hold up. Schedule for probable cause conference. Okay, so hey Tay, did I say hey to you? Hey Tay. So the 4th degree child abuse is defined as causing physical harm to a child through reckless acts or omissions. It is classified as a misdemeanor, punishable up to 1 year in jail for first offense. And then it says knowingly or intentionally engage in behavior that poses an unreasonable risk of harm to a child, regardless of whether physical harm results. So this just could be him having his child in a situation that could cause potential abuse towards the child or harm. Okay. The law emphasizes recklessness rather than intentional harm. So just reckless child endangerment or something to that degree. Okay. Disguising it from more severe degrees of child abuse. So anything lower than the 4th degree will be considered much more severe. Okay. That's what I was thinking. Child endangerment. It just seemed like he may have had his daughter in a situation that was unhealthy or, could cause harm to her, which, if you in a drug house, that's definitely not a place for a child. So I'm wondering if he has the support that he needs, like with the baby mother being mentally unstable, and then Some family members say that they have been there for him or tried to be there for him in the past, but he's just going about life his way, you know, doing what he wants to do, not really wanting to follow the guidance of, you know, a safe and healthy lifestyle. He rather go about it the fast way, if you know what I'm saying, the fast life. And he could possibly be following the footsteps of the men in his life that he idolized and want to be like. So it's just unfortunate though, because he's so young. He has a child, not even 2 years old. He has a baby mother who is seemingly not as involved as she should be. And if she is, that's not how it's been made seem, you know. So hopefully the baby is with someone safe and not going into the system with CPS or something like that. Hopefully maybe the child's grandmother on the mother's side got the baby or something like that, to where the baby is still with the family member. But it does seem like to me that he could definitely be headed down that role of unstable instability, you know, especially due to his background and his lack of mother's involvement and no guidance, or just being overly just growing up in an overly strict house. It seemed like Annette was one of them people that was, like they say, she run her house with the iron fist, abusive. You know, we know that's abuse. Run her house with the iron fist, you know, to the point where Vari wanted to run away, and he did run away several times. So, you know, it is Coco. It's just, you know, and then when I observe his Instagram, he just looks like he's not even mentally there. Like he's just doing what he think he should do. He doesn't have a mind of his own and wanting to be somebody that he's not. And it just seemed like one of them cases where it may take for him to go through hell and back, like go to jail, go, you know, through all this shit just for him to realize that, you know, you got to take control of your life. You got to be the one to be responsible. You have a daughter now. You know, it's not just an Instagram thing. It's not just, you know, some shit you put on the internet to make it look good and look like you're being a good father. It actually takes for you to be that in real life. You know, it actually takes for you to take accountability and responsibility for your life. But I just don't think that he's there mentally. He's so broken from his childhood that I just don't see him being there mentally and being able to mentally care for a child, and being as though the mother is in and out as well. You know, that's a lot of pressure for a 18 and 19-year-old male being a single father, possibly, you know, and trying to run the streets and be a street pharmacist at the same time. It's a bit much. It's a bit much. So you say, I can't imagine all he has really seen in his short time here. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like he's so traumatized, and just he gonna repeat that cycle to his daughter, traumatize his daughter. It's gonna repeat itself unless he get the mental help that he need. He has to. Or it's going to take for him to go through hell and back, like I said, for him to see himself and to see the things that he has to be responsible for, you know. And you know what? A lot of older people don't even realize that they got to do the same shit. So, do you blame him? No, I don't necessarily blame him because he doesn't know. He's a child himself. He don't feel like he is because he's had to grow up a lot faster with the running away and being on his own, and you know, being without money, being without the necessities he need in life, because he was running away from that trauma and abusive home with the net, you know, lacking the love of a mother or a father, because they supposedly don't know who Vari's father is. He don't have a relationship, didn't have a relationship with either of his parents like he should have been or did. You say who has the baby now? Right. I don't know who has the baby now. I'm just guessing that, or hoping that she's with um one of his baby mother's family members, you know. Hopefully they're decent people. I don't know. Like I said, the baby mama seemed to have been mentally unstable, or said to have been at one point. But Lord forbid that baby with Annette. Mm-mm. Lord forbid that baby is with Annette, child. And that's what I'm saying, in the system, like, you know, they probably, you know, I don't know the details just yet. Just yet, because he just got booked and all of that. And it's minimal information right now, because probably because it's, you know, Monday is tomorrow. He got, I believe he got, no, it say the 22nd. So hold on. It's just minimal information right now. So look like he may take a plea or something like that if he do. And they may give him a slap on the wrist and tell him to get his shit together. Hopefully that is it. I don't think the best place for him is jail or prison. That's not the help that he needs. And this is a first time offense, so I don't see him having to serve any time. But probation, classes, you know, working with CPS and things like that to get his daughter back, if they took his daughter, sounds more reasonable to me. If they find drugs, he going, oh, you say if they found the drugs. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know the extent of it, but when they say drug house, okay, when they say, when the charge is maintain a drug house, that's what it say. Let's see what good old Google got to say about that. So obviously it's a serious offense. The law defines maintaining a drug house as knowingly keeping or maintaining a structure or vehicle frequented by persons using controlled substances or illegal purposes. The prosecution must prove that the individual knowingly maintained the property and that it was used for illegal drug activities. So they're saying a car or a house, a vehicle or a structure. So he could have got pulled over with the child in the car. That's what it's saying according to um Google what it could be. Could be a drug vehicle or a drug house, but it says drug house. So he could have had obviously illegal substances in the house with the child. Okay. Hopefully, Coco. Hopefully, she says. Hopefully, the baby will end up in a safe and stable home. And y'all know how I feel about CPS. I don't think CPS is always the answer. Vari just need to get his shit together. You are an adult at this point. You ran away. You wanted to stay away. You didn't want to go back to Annette's house. You don't want the other family member help that claimed that they was trying to help you. And you got a baby and you doing dumb shit. Vari has to get his shit together. This is why guidance is important. Guidance is important. Cause you gotta still put your big man drawers on and get your shit together. Hopefully this experience teaches him a lesson of what he should and should not be doing, or he might just find a way to get away with it next time. Who the hell knows if he actually gonna stop and learn from this lesson. Jail is not the place to be. Promise you that. If he thought he was living in a trap house and that was bad, jail is definitely not it. So hopefully he be more worried about getting his daughter than going back to that trap house. Joy says, wasn't he just doing stick-ups with his mom? I predict lady is involved with this too. Now the depths of it, Joy, it's been a lot of things said that have already been involved in, especially when it comes to his mother, lady. I'm not going to say he has, and I'm not going to say he ain't, but it's a strong possibility. Now, is lady involved with this here in particularly? Maybe, maybe not. Again, the details has not yet been exposed just yet, but that is a thought. That is definitely a thought, because like I say, he get it from somewhere. The men in the family that he looked up to, his mother and her ways, you know. It's definitely been said that lady is still on drugs. So you say he has to be there for his child, especially with the unstable mom. Exactly. And hopefully she's not unstable at this point. But I know at some point they were saying that she left and then went missing. Okay. That's what I was going to pull up the actual article, because, and they were saying that she was 15 in one article, another article say 16, another one say 17. Her exact age to be determined. I don't know. But she was a minor technically at the time. And I can't even see that on this little screen. I got to get back to my other screen. Okay. So on October 28th, 2024 is when the article was published. And January 6th, 2025 is when they took the article down, but they just left the published date in the updated part of the article. So, here is what they had posted to Crime in the D. Detroit police want help finding missing 16-year-old. Okay. So remember, she had a baby last year with Vari, around April, May-ish, I'm thinking. So around the time in October when they're saying that she went missing, the baby could have been about 6-7 months or so at the time. And it says police are seeking information about 16-year-old girl who went missing in Detroit. Kenai Banks left her residence in the 19700 block of Wickham without permission and failed to return home. You know, I'm thinking that it had to be something mentally disconnected, because her baby wasn't even one yet, just barely over 6 months. And she leaves the house, leave her baby behind, and then stay gone for a few months. Now, another article I was reading stated that her family didn't report her missing until about 2 months after the fact. And this is when they came and started making articles around October. Okay. So I thought that was strange. And then that's when they started to say around January that she had been found. And then you heard nothing else about it. And it's like, okay, well, where was she at? Who was she with? Why did the family wait so long to report her missing? You know, it's strange. It's very strange and questionable. They said allegedly he unalived his mother. Yeah, I don't even want to entertain that, Miss Sexy Ray, because you can't find that in the system. So until we can see that be in the system and be actual factual, then it's nothing for me to cover on that. You know, those are very strong allegations, and I don't want to put that on him if that's not what he did, you know. Now, if he was there, involved, has something to do with it, then he ain't in jail for that right now. He's in jail for operating a drug house and child abuse to the 4th degree. Yeah, it kicked me out too on my other phone. I wonder if it's because I need to update the other phone, because I don't know why it does that. I'm not sure, Miss Sexy Ray. Your phone updated? And then you go to the girl page who was making the allegations about Tavarius on Facebook, claiming that he had something to do with her father's death. And you can't even find a video footage anymore. It's gone, it's deleted, you know, made private or whatever the case is. You know, you can't just run to Facebook and make those type of allegations and don't have no proof to back that up. He ain't in jail for that. That's not what he's locked up for. He's locked up for doing some illegal shit, trying to make a coin, and fucked around and got his baby in a fucked up situation because he making fucked up decisions. Because he don't have no fucking guidance. That's why. Hey, damn, what is happening with these people? Nobody reports anything in a timely manner, especially with kids being involved. Exactly. She was still a minor. She's under the age of 17. So why wouldn't they report that immediately? It could be because she's done it before in the past. She's ran away before in the past. But I mean, I wouldn't give a damn. I'm reporting it immediately every single time. It don't matter. But 2 months is crazy work. Crazy work. Yeah, but say she left her residence without permission. The same thing it says on Google. June 25th. She was last seen June 25th. See how I say she was last seen June 25th? They didn't report it until October. So that's July, August, September. That's damn near 4 months. My bad. I said 2 months. because they didn't make the article until October. But she was last seen June 25th. That's crazy. Crazy. So yeah, we just have to wait and see what more information come out in regards to Tavarius, and it's just, from hindsight, it just doesn't look good. He already come from a family dynamic where CPS is involved quite often, especially like his grandmother and her kids, and the situation over there they got going on, and then it's just repeated cycle. Okay, somebody got to put an end to this madness. Somebody got to put an end to this madness. But I think Tavarius is just on demon time. I think that, like I said, he want to live a life that he think is appealing, and that, give him this false sense of power, or make him feel like he's somebody, or he's in the crowd. Just seems like he's trying to be somebody that he's not. And he gonna wind up in a situation, and he gonna realize that people really ain't backing you up and supporting you like you think. Them same people that he was running that jailhouse with, not jailhouse, drug house with, probably ain't nowhere to be found to put no money on his bond. You realize you get in jail, you got to call motherfuckers you don't want to call. You got to call your grandma. You got to call the people that you don't want to deal with. You got to call the people you disrespected, because now you need some money to get out. Unless they let him out with a tether or something like that. Like I said, this could be his first offense to this extent. And they could possibly let him out on the tether. Hey, Jewel White. Say, thanks, Annette, for ruining another child's life. She should have never have another kid in her custody. And the crazy thing is, Annette probably still got foster kids right now. She probably still got them foster kids right now. And I believe Shannon got her kids back too. If CPS took them for a short amount of time, I think she may have her kids back now. But it's kind of like bittersweet with me, because it's like, I don't really like the feeling that I get when kids have to go through CPS and deal with CPS and the trauma that comes behind that, because kids deserve to be cared for, nurtured, respected, and loved. And if they ain't getting it at home, there ain't no guarantee that they gonna get it in no system that don't give a damn about kids either. Or going into a family that is about the money. They don't really care about the kids either. So that's not always the best thing for the child. The system is rigged and, fucked up, really. The system is just fucked up. If they let people like Annette get children, it's fucked up. They let people like Shannon keep her kids knowing that a known pedo was around her kids. That's fucked up. So that's what we dealing with. That is what we're dealing with, and with the CPS system all over the United States. Say he has to go to court August 5th and bail is $10,000. Yes, I did see that. Let's see here. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. I'll pull it back up. It's probably small on the screen. That's why I try to read it. That court is August 11th as well. Hopefully it'll work out for him. Like I said, he don't want to make a habit out of going to jail. He don't want to do that. But I'm gonna definitely keep up with it as much as I can. To let you guys know his status and things like that. Trying to look at it because it's so damn small. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it says pending. Hey, Batman. Yeah, I was thinking, like I said, I seen the video Friday, but I'm just like, this is something we need to talk about. But in the context of a generational trap and curse, yes, you know, we gotta do better with these kids. We gotta do better. We have to guide them in the way that they should go. Even if you're a grandparent, grandparents really should have the tea on how to raise kids and guide them to where they need to go. Abuse is not the answer. What do they call it? Authoritarian, like you being a dictator. Dictatorship is not the answer. Nobody's going to listen to you if you're abusing them. Nobody's going to honor what you say or respect you if you're abusing them. The crazy thing is, it seems like they still have some level of respect for Annette, even though they don't even want to be around Annette. That's what's crazy. But I guess that's what happens when you have Stockholm syndrome and you're dealing with, the abuser and victim dynamic, where you still have love for the abuser, even though you know that they're abusing you. And I think that's what a lot of them kids are dealing with. Main reasons why they won't speak up and tell the truth. That's why I haven't totally ruled out the fact that could be Jania's thread page talking about what her and Isaiah went through and things like that. Hold on. I haven't totally ruled it out. Okay, Miss Sexy Ray, I'm gonna check my IG. Checking it right now. Harris and church. Oh, okay. I'm just seeing this. Okay, yeah. I'll watch that in a minute. Probably when I get off live. This won't be the last time we discussing this. Because I haven't even looked at the court dates and nothing like that. But I trust what you just said, Miss Sexy Ray. You said the 5th and the 11th. You know, obviously, I'm not surprised because look at his lifestyle. All he want to do is smoke weed all day and talk about guns, money, and violence. And that's not judging. It's just what he portrays himself to be on social media. So it does seem like he's just heading into that generational trap, and you know, we're gonna watch it unfold. And like I say, I hope that somebody can intervene. And you know, Marc D was real fake. I think that Marc D trying to make it look like he was helping Vari, and you know, make himself look like he was saving him in a way, and it didn't seem genuine. It seemed disingenuous to me. So yeah, I that was dumb and pointless because he clearly still went to the trap house and was doing what the hell he was doing there while his child was in the midst of it. And tried to make it seem like he was setting him up with a good job, or some type of construction job or something like that. Y'all remember that? It's like, okay, guess you can lead him to the water. And I'm not necessarily blaming Marc D, but I am questioning his motive. Because you know, you can't force him to do nothing. When he already got his mind made up, he got a mindset on what he believes success looks like and what he believes he should be doing and being involved in, and how quickly he can get money and how much, you know, it couldn't have been that much. It couldn't have been that much money Tavarius was getting if he still ain't got his own everything. So it's just an unfortunate situation. And I hope people that really do care about him and his well-being step in at this moment, because it's going to become a repeated cycle and pattern. Definitely, you know, statistics. He's going to become a statistic, and I hate that for him, and I hate that for his daughter. He probably getting a rude awakening right now. Right now, you can't go and come as you please. You got to wait for them to let you out the jail cell. You can't do what you want. He probably worried about his daughter, you know, stressed. Got to figure out if he gonna bond out or not. Got to call on people that he don't want to fuck with. That life, like you say, it's not what they will promote guns, drugs, and violence until your ass wind up in a jail cell. They don't tell you that part. They don't push that part and tell you that you ain't gonna like jail, nigga. They make it seem like it's a fun place to go. Y'all see how they be having the jailbirds on the internet, literally from the jailhouse, from prison on the internet, making it seem like jail is cool. These are the narratives that they're pushing to our black young men. Then you get there, you realize this is not what the fuck I thought it was gonna be. You probably got to get in there and fight. You probably got to get in there arguing about dumb shit. All that all the men and all that testosterone. That's the word I'm looking for. All that testosterone in there. He said he is going to feel very small up against career inmates. Goodness, Coco. But you're right. You're right. That's where it's really gonna test you. How tough are you? That's where you really gonna be tested. And that's just not a life that you want to live. You don't. No, ma'am, no, sir. So it will either break him or he'll turn into a career criminal himself. Like pretty much adjust, right? He'll pretty much adjust and reposition himself to survive in those type of conditions, and then start to believe that ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. I'll do it again. You know, or could this just be another badge for him to wear in the streets? Like, yeah, I'd have been to jail. I'll go back again. And if I do, a lot of times when they become repeat offenders, like you say, career criminals and shit, it like feeds their ego to the point where they don't mind going back. Like I'm getting out, and they go out and do the same shit just to get back locked up again, do it all over again. So I'm just hoping that is not the future for him. But he needs somebody to really spit some real shit to him. Damn near you got to threaten his ass, because it seems like he just don't want to listen or be, on the right path or whatever. So I don't know, y'all. What would y'all do if it was your son? If it was your son, what would you do? Guess we can't really say that it depends on how that child was raised to begin with. But if it was your child, what exactly would you do if they made a decision like this? They just had a baby. They're the primary caregiver for that child. And they doing dumb shit like this. So this is just why it's important for you to guide your children. That's all I can say. Yes, everybody make mistakes. Everybody have to learn from their mistakes. You say he needs to be scared straight. Remember that show? He living it now. He living it now. I do remember that show too. I remember that show. My mama used to make us watch that show. But he need guidance. We need more of a community. That's the problem. We need community guidance. Real men, real women. And a lot of times kids wind up like this, on this same path that Vari is on, looking for love. Looking for love most times. He just want to be loved. And at this point, he probably don't even know how to express that because he's so far removed from his natural self and who he truly is. So hurt, traumatized. But definitely let me know what y'all think down in the comments. I just wanted to come in and do a quick live with you guys really quick in regards to Tavarius and him falling into this generational trap and family cycle that we've seen in the Naziah Harris family, and the fact that, you know, it's just unfortunate. It's just really unfortunate how his parents are not involved as they should be. His mother is on drugs. His father is unknown. And the situation that we're still investigating with it, or waiting for justice with Naziah Harris, his sister, and things like that. So I just wanted to let you guys know what was happening with Tavarius, and you let me know what you feel about this in the comments, okay? You guys have a beautiful night, beautiful morning, or evening whenever you catch this live. This is probably the shortest live I ever done. That's probably the shortest live I ever done, but I was only doing it for this purpose. So, and let me know what y'all think about the baby mom and the baby situation, and how she was missing for damn near 4 months before the family reported her missing in October. So from June to October, Tavarius' baby mother had left the home and was missing for 4 months before they reported her missing, which is strange. But she was found January 2025. She was found. And hopefully she's safe and well. And hopefully she's has her daughter that her and Tavarius have together. Hopefully. But child, I'm going to go ahead and enjoy the rest of my night. You do the same. I will catch up with y'all next time, and we'll have another hot topic. Okay, we got some things cooking up. And yeah. I say more power to you. Peace.